I made a motion to add an agenda item to discuss an independent investigation into the allegations against Reba Ludlow and Lynn Tucker.
We're hearing from St. Johns County Airport Authority member Jennifer Leota about Monday's meeting and a potential criminal investigation.
Leota wants the board to investigate a slew of allegations of ethics and sunshine law violations made by the Airport Authority's previous attorney, who recently announced the Douglas law firm would no longer represent the board.
I made a motion to add an agenda item to discuss an independent investigation into the allegations against Reba Ludlow and Lynn Tucker. That motion was seconded, and Lynn Tucker stated that he had a conflict and could not vote on that motion. Dennis Clark voted against it. Michelle Cash-Chapman voted for it. The stunning thing was that the chairman, Reba Ludlow, stated that she did not have a conflict, and she voted against it. That created a tie vote. The vote failed.
The board did vote unanimously to move forward on hiring a new general counsel. Leota says they're going to need one.
My understanding is there may be an open criminal investigation. Mr. Roberts, the aviation attorney for the airport, stated that there was an investigation. I don't know how he knows that, but he stated there is an investigation ongoing, and he made quite a long, lengthy statement about how members of the staff, administration, the board, if approached by law enforcement, should be fully cooperative. So if it's serious enough for there to be a criminal investigation, I definitely believe the airport should be taking this seriously and doing its own investigation, because what the airport may find and the actions that are appropriate for the airport to take are not necessarily the same as what's in the scope of a criminal investigation.
We've reached out to the other board members and Aviation Counsel Roberts. So far, none of them have accepted our request for comment. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
Come on out for a fun day on the water and help us preserve our waterways and provide eco-education to our local community.
Christy Corrigan, Educational Director of Water Warriors, anxious to share about a worthwhile fundraiser where you can participate.
It's nearly time to participate in the Cruise for a Cause in St. Augustine.
Our Cruise for a Cause is on March 29th, and it'll be at the Windward Comanche Cove Marina. And we have 90-minute boat cruises throughout the day. There's 7 different cruises to choose from, and all ticket proceeds will go directly to Florida Water Warriors.
Corrigan explains what Water Warriors is all about.
So the Florida Water Warriors is an eco-education nonprofit, and we provide marine science education to local community members, private schools, public schools, and homeschool groups in the area. And we also do outreach lessons as well. We bring students out onto our vessel, and we ride along the GTM, the Tolomato River, and we get to scout for wildlife and learn about the importance of conservation.
Tickets are easily available online.
Tickets can be found on our website, floridawatertour.com and floridawaterwarriors.org.
There are 7 cruises to choose from. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
That's what they told me, Liz. There are no red snapper in the ocean because you're catching too many of them and discarding them. Are you kidding me? But that's what we're up against.
Liz Ryan gets an explanation of his Red Snapper Act from Congressman John Rutherford.
His aim is to halt NOAA from implementing widespread bottom fishing closures.
They want to close the bottom for 3 months out of the year for 55 species, including red snapper. That is draconian.
Rutherford says this is based on inaccurate data.
Their numbers on the biomass of red snapper are off. They admit that. If the data comes in and it says we need to close the bottom, okay. But that's not what it's going to say.
There's a red snapper count underway right now, and he wants to see those findings before any closures are implemented.
They're going to close the bottom in January, knowing that the good data is coming in probably late August.
He cites fishing as one of Northeast Florida's most important revenue sources.
The 6-day fishing season that we had for red snapper a couple years ago, Northeast Florida's economy saw a $13 million boost. You couldn't buy ice. You couldn't find lead. It was amazing.
The co-sponsors of the Red Snapper Act are Democrat Darren Soto and Republican Rick Scott. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.